Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to take your islands from something basic like this to something way more detailed and intricate like this. As you can see, this island is a lot more detailed than the one that I just showed you, and today I'm going to give you 5 tips on how you can improve your building to make it look as good as this too. I hope you enjoy. So, the first tip I want to share with you guys is to detail your builds. As you can see, this is just the basic reset island that we're starting with, and it's not got much going on. You know, they've got some pumpkins over here and some torches and stuff, but it's not too much. So I would say you really need to work on the details. Like this little house here, there's not much going on in terms of a front garden. So we can transform this with just a few details, and I'll show you an example of that right now. And here we have the completed detailed garden. As you can see, I've added in just a few small details around the edge of the house and a path here, and it looks completely different. A lot more lived in, a lot more character, and a lot cuter in my opinion. With just some bushes, trees, decorations, and a path, it completely changed the vibe of the house. So if you do this on your entire island, it can really make a difference. So for the next tip, we're back on my island, which you may remember from an old video, but this tip is to pick a theme and stick to it. As you can see, the theme for this island was kind of fairycore, cottagecore, and pink. And I have carried that theme throughout the entire island, which makes everything a lot more cohesive in the end. If you've got like a lot of different colors going on, a lot of different like aesthetics, you know, like cottagecore mixed with like, I don't know, like corporate buildings, like everything will just kind of clash and look a bit out of place. But when you carry the theme throughout your entire island, like I've done for example with these log paths, I've used the same log path everywhere on the island, and it looks a lot more like they're meant to be. Everything flows and everything matches, which really helps building. And so on to tip number 3, which is color palette. When you build your island, you should have a color palette in mind that you want to theme your island around. So for the last island that I showed you, we used a lot of pinks. For this island, there's a lot more color going on. There's a lot of pink, red, and orange, with some hints of yellow and stuff over here, which looks a lot more scattered and crazy than the last map did, which mainly had pink. So when building your island, you want to stick to a few colors maximum unless you're going for a rainbow theme, because otherwise it will kind of draw your eye in all different places. So you'll notice just looking at this map, your eyes, they won't know where to go. They're trying to look at everything. If everything is cohesive and color matched and a color theme that matches, so you know pinks and orange, they can gradient into each other, it will look a lot more put together and less messy than a bunch of different colors that don't match would do. A good idea for this is getting up a color wheel on Google, and then typically opposite colors or colors next to each other will go quite well together. So like as you can see, the pink and the orange, they can go quite nicely. It's kind of sunset colors. Whereas, you know, red and green perhaps maybe wouldn't. They'd give you kind of Christmas vibes unless that's what you're going for. But definitely pick a color theme and then base your decorations around it. So if you wanted to add flowers, try and keep them in the color theme that you're going for. So like in the rainbow, these are all very close together, so it works. So now on to tip number 4, we have pre-plan your build. You don't have to do this, but I find it always makes the building process easier and a lot quicker. So you're not trying to scramble for an idea for a corner of the map that you maybe haven't decided on yet. So as you can see, I've used carpet here to lay out where I want things. You don't have to use carpet, but a general idea and carpet can help. So for example, the orange might be where I want my house to be, and the blue would be maybe I want ponds over here or some little spaces of water, and then trees and flowers. So this just helps you like envision the layout of your map before you add anything in. And if you kind of don't like the vibes that you're getting, you can change it and move it before having to add all the details in, which can take a lot longer. This can also help like show what space you have left. So as you can see up here, we've got a lot of open space that we maybe would want to fill with details. So it can really help to plan things out beforehand. And finally, our last tip, number 5, is patience and practice. As much as you guys probably don't want to hear it, patience and practice will be your best friend. When I first started Ponytown, I could not make a map as detailed and intricate as this one. Like, look at all the paths and the mushrooms and the floating leaves. I would have never been able to do this when I first started. And you have to keep building and learning new skills in order to get better at building. That's unfortunately just how it works. I would say just keep building maps, keep refreshing your skills and constantly changing and adding to them. Find your own style and see what you like. For me, I quite like fairycore and cottagecore styles, and I really honed in on that, and eventually I just made maps like this and I'm absolutely in love with them. If you keep at it, eventually your skills will be amazing and you will make amazing builds. And that's all the tips that I have to share. If you have any other ideas that would help new builders or just someone looking to build up their experience with building in Ponytown, pop them in the comments below. But I hope these help. I hope you can help each other and build some really nice designs. If anyone wants to tag me in any builds they make, I would love to see them, especially fairycore pink ones. I love those. And I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. Thanks for watching. Bye!